For any particular timing, that was probably the worst time for us as a company for lockdown to hit. So we had a brand new play called The Croft, and we had The Habit of Art, one show that had reached its dress rehearsal, so it had spent all its money. And we had one show that had yet to recoup any money that was needing the next leg of its tour. So effectively, all the cards were in.
And literally, as we said, overnight, on the Monday night, everything stopped. We realised all our shows were cancelled and that's all our income.
I think it's the one time we had to call up the actors and go, look, we cannot pay you at the end of this week.
I think we had like £7,000 left in the account because we'd spent all the money opening this show, over £100,000. And obviously then the box office just shut, the theatre shut, so we had nothing, we couldn't get any of that money back. And I thought, okay, well, let's see what we can do with that little bit of money. Maybe we'll just, furlough and we'll mothball the company and we'll come back in a year's time. I've always wanted a holiday.
Maybe I should have taken you to that travel lodge in Hitchin.
I got a phone call from Emma Martin and she was basically putting out an SOS.
Can you get down to Croydon and Eastbourne tomorrow to film these two shows?
It was very much like the last helicopter out of Saigon. I bundled together a team of filmmakers and we hit the deserted roads of the UK.
And we had never filmed a show and we had no platform, no way of sharing it. We had no contracts in place, we had no agreements.
Are you absolutely mad? Like, at a moment when the industry is crumbling, you're thinking of a new business venture.
If we didn't film them, then nothing could happen. I thought if we got them in the can, we might be able to do something. We had no audience, no ways of selling this, and we had to sort of do all that within a week.
Yeah.
Emma then built this platform or a website which had a mechanism to take money. We'd never taken money ourselves before, so we'd no means of doing that. And literally a week after filming it, we released The Habit of Art for £2.50. Unbelievable now that we released it for £2.50.
Plays. They don't so much go into production as into intensive care.
I'm not sure that any of us had really given it much forethought as anything other than a record of the production. But it became pretty apparent pretty quickly that this was going to be a piece of work in its own right.
Our biggest successes as a company have always hands down been when our back's against the wall, and I think probably the crown jewel of all that was the pandemic.
Original decided that we would just see if we could make money and what we could do, and it was terrifying and incredibly stressful at many points, but to be able to think that we could still create our work and have kind of a purpose in this time. I, was living alone and doing my garden otherwise.
We weren't being truly original or sort of trying to be provocateurs or trying to push the envelope. We were just trying to survive.